they're simply not dealing with the issue that the Irish people are most concerned about. If that's the case, the vast majority of public representatives are also involved in the media management game and not dealing with the underlying issue. If they're not prepared to demand the data, they're not prepared to tell the truth about what's going on, then there's a massive problem after opening up between the Irish people and their government. You're right about Peadar Tobin, you're right about Karen Nolan and yourself and others, but the very fact that you're doing that clearly demonstrates, in my opinion, that all of the other representatives we got are not fit to be representatives.
I don't know what to say to that, because these are people that the public elect. I mean, at the end of the day, these are people that are elected throughout the country to do a job for their constituents. I get in there, I do the job that I as best I can. I'm in there 3 days a week. I have a constituency office in County Meath. I'm on the ground with my people and my councillors every day. This is something that I'm passionate about. Public service is what I love to do. I look through all the legislation because I'm always conscious that, somewhere along the line, the government might stick in something that is not in the best interest of the Irish people. So I'm constantly looking to make sure that there's not something being added in here that's going to hurt the Irish people down the line. So like the things like the work-life balance bill, we're trying to get rid of the word mother in it.
You're fighting the good fight, but the wins are not, there's nothing to do with you. The wins are piecemeal because the vast majority of public representatives are engaged in the smokescreen. When the government voted to voluntarily join the EU Migration Pact, despite the fact that the Irish people in Lisbon too, as you well know, voted to accept the Lisbon Treaty, provided we retain border control, and they just gave it away.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I mean, to be quite honest, after the referendum, the yes referendum, that piece of legislation came down the line, and I could see it was coming. I'd been talking about that EU Migration Pact for about a year beforehand, so I knew it was coming. And, I remember walking in the door after that referendum and giving Michael McDowell, I said, Michael, we have another battle to fight at the EU Migration Pact. And, he wasn't even aware of it at the time. I just handed him the document. I said, this is exactly what's happening. So he basically studied that document I think he locked himself in the office for about 2 weeks, studied that document. So he became an ally in relation to that legislation with me as well. So there's an awful lot coming at TDs and senators. So, and you really have to be on the case of watching what's coming down the line. And it's coming at you so fast because Europe has such a big pull in this country, and all the legislation is coming out of Europe. And we really have to be on the button